Welcome back to the CivicSciTV Newsroom. I'm your host, Jake Krauss, reporting to you from Colorado on the latest civic science news and research, now with a focus on the environment. This week we are highlighting the latest science on conservation. Here's an example of a conservation success story. The Livingstone's fruit bat has been downgraded from critically endangered to endangered after years of innovative rescue efforts. These big fluffy bats with teddy bear ears exist only on 2 islands in the Comoros, where 90% of rainforest was lost to deforestation. Scientists used GPS trackers to decode their unpredictable behavior, flying in afternoons and changing routes with weather, and discovered additional routes and feeding areas. Conservation group Dahari, in collaboration with Bat Conservation International, paid local farmers cash and seedlings to protect forest instead of cutting trees, providing habitat for the bats. After years of outreach, there are now 1,500 bats, though there is still much work to be done to protect the small population. Still, it shows that conservation works when cutting-edge science meets community partnership. A new study shows why millions of people who care about wildlife still aren't taking action to protect it. Scientists have identified 5 key psychological barriers that prevent public engagement with biodiversity conservation, even among those who recognize the crisis. People are blocked by misaligned values, feeling powerless to make a difference, seeing conservation as irrelevant to their daily lives, lacking knowledge about how to help, and facing structural obstacles like inadequate support infrastructure. The researchers found that different audiences need completely different approaches. Active conservationists need empowerment and advocacy tools, while skeptical groups respond better to trusted local messengers who connect conservation to values they already hold. The findings suggest conservation organizations have been using a one-size-fits-all approach when they should be tailoring messages to specific audience types. It's not about caring more about nature, it's about removing barriers for the right people. New research reveals that ancient forests shaped by traditional human management may be biodiversity hotspots that we're losing fast. A recent international study spanning 8 countries found that so-called cultural forests, woodlands managed for centuries by local communities for everything from sacred rituals to mushroom farming, often harbor more wildlife than modern protected areas. Since the early 20th century, the shift away from traditional forest management has led to homogenization and simplification of forest landscapes, reducing habitat diversity on a massive scale. From sacred groves in Indonesia protecting ancient trees to Italian vineyards maintaining crucial edge habitats, these community-shaped forests prove that conservation isn't always about keeping people out. Sometimes it's about keeping traditional wisdom alive. The research suggests local communities may be the ultimate forest managers, and losing their knowledge could cost us irreplaceable biodiversity. Thank you so much for watching this week's Civic Science News Roundup. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on the latest news and opportunities in civic science. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time.